Hey, what's up? Coach Ryan Family here from the VIPAR Pit. Today I've got the 10 commandments for getting a leaner body for you today. These are 10 things that are, in my opinion, non-negotiable as it comes to dropping body fat and achieving a better body. Commandment number 1, thou shalt improve thy health whilst getting leaner. I'm going to try to do the thou and the thy and the whilst and all that, but we'll see how long that lasts. Anyway, thou shalt improve thy health while getting leaner. If your plan is a plan where you're going to lose health, if it's going to create psychological issues with food, if it's going to slow down your metabolism to the point of needing a medical intervention, if it's going to affect your relationships, then it's not a good plan. It needs to be something that you get healthier as you go. Okay, your blood work should improve as you get leaner, not get worse. All right. Number 2, thou shalt create a calorie deficit. Who would have thought? Okay. A lot of diets out there today are telling you that calories don't matter. Well, guess what? They do. And the most successful ones at getting you to drop body fat are ones where there's a calorie deficit. How do you know if you're in a calorie deficit? Quite simply, the weight that you see on the scale will drop continually and consistently over time. Now, I never want you to look at the scale from a day-to-day process because there's large fluctuations in body weight that you'll see due to hydration and sodium and training, etc. If you're going to weigh yourself a couple times a week and then take the weekly average. And you want to compare weekly average to weekly average. Over time, if your weight is going down, then you're in a calorie deficit. If your weight's staying the same, you're in caloric maintenance. If your weight is going up, you're in a calorie surplus. That's simple physiology and science. Number 3, thou shalt useth a plan that thine sticketh to. All right. If you can't stick to the plan for more than 2 days in a row, it's no good for you. You need to find a way, a method of eating that allows you to do it consistently over time. Some people really like intermittent fasting for losing body fat, and they can stick to it. They don't think about food during the day, and they have a good nutritious meal at night. That's great. Other people like the frequent eating. It helps them stay on track. They like weighing and measuring their food. That's great too. Use it. Whatever you can stick to for extended periods of time while creating progress and not violating the other commandments, go for it. All right. Number 4, thou shalt eateth enough protein to maintain or build lean body mass. About 70% of your daily caloric burn is due to your basal metabolic rate. That is the amount of calories you need just to be alive. And a lot of that number is due on how much muscle mass you have. So building and maintaining muscle is of utter importance on a diet where you're trying to get leaner. So you need to ensure you're fueling with enough protein to build and maintain muscle. How much is that? The bare minimum. Even if you tell me you hate protein, I will still suggest that you eat at least 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. Ideally up to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Okay, that's the bare minimum, is 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. Number 5, commandment 5, thou shalt not follow trends or fads. Every day it seems like there's another detox, cleanse, crazy diet that's supposed to be amazing. Forget it. Don't navigate through those waters. Simply stick to a sustainable, reasonable plan. And as far as sustainability goes, it doesn't have to be something that you can stick to forever, but it does need to be sustainable enough for you to make it through the duration of your diet until you reach your goals, before switching to something that's more of a long-term solution, okay? Number 6, thou shalt lift challenging weights. We talked earlier, muscle is important for metabolism and overall daily calorie burn. The best way to build muscle is to lift weights. The problem I see a lot now is with things like cardio, combined cardio classes, a lot of times CrossFit, Barry's boot camp, where they may interject weights into the metabolic conditioning, is that the main goal of the session is still overall calorie burn, and they don't end up lifting challenging weights. For example, in the squat, I'm talking about lifting weights for sets of 10 that you could only do 10 to 12 reps with. Very challenging. We're not talking about doing high rep squats with a weight that you could keep going but your lungs fail first. That's not what we're looking for. So a lot of people get trapped in the metabolic conditioning aspect of trying to get leaner, which is important, but you still need to challenge the actual muscular tissue. All right, and that requires lifting heavy weights for certain rep ranges. So lifting sets of 10 with weight you can only get 10 to 12 reps with. Doing sets of 20 with a weight you can only get 20 with. Doing sets of 8 that you can only get 8 with, okay? You get the idea. A lot of people, if they honestly evaluate their workouts, they're lifting less challenging weights. Now, it may be in the context of a metabolically demanding program where they're huffing and puffing and burning, but I'm talking about lifting with full recovery. It should be challenging, okay? Number 7, thou shalt eat thine veggies in abundance. Vegetables are critical, micronutrients, fiber, feeling full. They fill you up so you don't need it, you don't have cravings for as much junk food. Veggies are absolutely critical, and if you don't know that by now, you've been living in a cave, plain and simple, okay? Number 8, thou shalt eat enough food to perform well in the gym. If your calorie deficit is so severe that you are dragging through your workouts, then it's not ultimately going to help you achieve your goal. You need to find that balancing point where you're eating in a deficit, the scale's coming down a little bit, but you're still having absolutely killer workouts in the gym and you're performing really well and having energy for your daily life tasks, okay? Number 9, thou shalt not lose too much weight in a week, okay? Severe calorie deficits will have you losing a lot of weight rapidly. And when you lose a lot of weight rapidly, it's most likely going to be lean body mass, which is a big no-no for long-term metabolic rates. Typically, I will limit people to around 1% of their body weight loss per week tops. So a 200-pound individual could lose around 2 pounds per week off of their average body weight and still be within an acceptable range. Any more than that, I'm gonna say it's too fast, okay? So take it nice and easy. Around 0.5% to 1% of your body mass per week is how much scale weight you can lose off your average without being too fast. And number 10, thou shalt be mindful of thy plan 24/7, 365. This is probably the biggest trip up I see with most people. They do great Monday to Friday, and then, maybe even not all the way through Friday. They do great Monday through Friday afternoon, and Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, they're off the plan because they deserve it for their 4 hard weeks of dieting, or 4 hard days of dieting, rather. Look, the weekend counts. Every bite of food you have counts. Another aspect is bites, licks, tastes, and sips. Okay, I have a 3-year-old daughter, and sometimes she doesn't finish her food, and I'll finish it for her. That counts towards my daily calories, okay? And if I don't plan for it, or at least I'm not aware of it, it's gonna add up in a negative manner. So if you are struggling to lose body fat and you feel like you're following your plan, do a quick audit. What are you doing on the weekends? 24/7, 365. Do you leave for a week and have a vacation where you eat like a complete jerk the entire week and then come back and say, oh, I'm struggling to make progress? Well, guess what? That week goes towards your overall calorie balance for that week, that month, the year, etc. So you got to think big picture here. Every bite of food, every drink you have counts in the big picture of things, okay? I hope these commandments gave you some good insight into some things it takes to lose body fat. I'm Coach Ryan Finley from the VIPAR Pit. If you like this video, please hit subscribe below, and I'll catch you next time.